With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Penny, a 1st down carry, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They're going to look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. The pitch goes to Penny, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Forbath will put this one through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make it second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Ballage. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help. And
they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up second and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough third and long coming up. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Balaj. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone as he's got a first down on that last catch.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, here's Penny. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A handoff to Penny. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Here's a give to Penny. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Seahawks. 47 yards. Now Rashad Penny. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll drop the throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
They get it to him running left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Back to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And over the middle, this is Parker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. On the return comes Drake. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now, I know I've said this before, but you know I wasn't alive when the steel curtain was playing. I know them, but I just want to let you know I wasn't alive.
I'm going to keep peppering that in there, and one of these days you're going to think that you were.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll look to throw. And Wilson has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Shotgun snap as they look to throw. And Stills over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run here with Balazs. And now running right through it. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
They go play action here on first down. Leaves it for Penny. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run with Penny, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Three down. Ohio!
Now it's Penny. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On third down, Penny. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's complete to Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. All right, now the Seahawks face a big 2-point conversion attempt. to throw here, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set. You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. That second down run a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start with a give here to Bilal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Penny. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Penny. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Back to throw. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Back to throw here. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They'll set up to throw. And his His throw is going to be incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Out to his left, finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Kalen Balaj taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they could look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Dolphins, their battle to finish 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles